Audrey, you're not going into Stockton dressed like that.
I was going riding this morning.
Nick asked us all to meet him at the station.
What could be so
And
important?
we're all going to be there. Now go up and change your clothes and poke your head in Jared's door. I have a feeling he went back to sleep. Good morning.
It's supposed to be my vacation.
Well, I'm sure meeting Nick isn't going to ruin it completely.
Oh, good morning,
Good
Silas.
morning, Jean. Good morning, Miss Barkley.
Good morning, Silas. Have you seen Heath?
Yes, ma'am. He had something to do down at the corral. He said he'd be right back.
Thank you.
Morning, Silas.
Good morning.
Gene. Good morning, Mother.
Darling. How are you feeling?
I'll tell you as soon as I'm awake. I just wish Brother Nick could pick a more convenient hour for his homecomings. I'm not quite up to whatever good news he's bringing us this time.
Good news.
Now, you know perfectly well he's never come back from one of these trips yet without bringing home some earth-shaking discovery. Gene, what was it last time?
Some kind of machine that's supposed to sew faster than by hand.
That was it.
Well, I'll tell you, when Nick gets here, if he has any more of those wild ideas, we'll just ship him right back to San Francisco.
Hello? Where's everybody?
Why, that's Nick.
I thought we were supposed to meet him at the station.
Well, that's Nick for you.
Mother!
Nick, we were going to meet you at the station.
I couldn't wait. I took an earlier train. Mother, this is Hester Converse.
How do you do?
How nice to meet you, Mrs. Barkley.
And the gentleman on her right.
I know, Jared. And Eugene.
How do you do?
Nick! And you must be Audra. Well, where's Heath?
He'll be here soon.
You're all just the way Nick described you. That trip from San Francisco seemed like 1,000 miles. Now that I'm here, I can't really imagine what I was so nervous about.
Hester and I were going to save this until you, well, you had a chance to meet her and really know her, and she had a chance to know you. But I think we better tell him right now. We're going to be married.
Well, what do you know? Congratulations, Nick.
Thank you, Jared.
Oh, gosh,
Audra,
it's really nice to...
Age before beauty, my boy.
Well, Mother, aren't you going to congratulate me?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes, of course,
now.
darling.
And now, to a most charming, gracious, and completely captivating addition to our family.
Sorry I'm late.
Nick, you weren't due in till...
We were just toasting my prospective bride, Miss Hester Converse, my brother Heath.
What'd you do, knock her unconscious and drag her here? Welcome to the Barkley family, Hester.
Thank you, Heath.
Oh, what you waiting on? Why don't you go ahead and kiss her? Might be your last chance, you know. I'll get you some champagne.
I'm just off the range.
Nonsense, it's Barkley dirt. And I love it.
Tell me, has Nick mastered this step yet?
Not yet, but I intend to work on it. Wonderful,
Thank you,
Jared.
thank you, thank you.
Who's next?
How about Heath?
Yes, Heath. Come on, it's the rage of the East.
Sorry, I'm not much for dancing, man.
Please, Heath, just for me. Come on, let me talk you into it.
Why don't you try Eugene? He's good at it.
Well, Mother, what do you think of her?
She's lovely.
But
But?
I've only known her a week.
Oh, less than that. You were only gone 5 days.
5 wonderful days. 5 of the most important days I've ever spent. I love her, Mother. From the first minute I met her.
Where was that?
Oh, in a cheap saloon down by the waterfront. She was wearing a red dress. What there was up.
Oh, Nick.
No, I met her at Dave Wallace's party. Well, no, that's not exactly true either. I saw her at the party. She was surrounded by men, 3 deep. I couldn't even get close enough to ask her for a dance. Anyway, Dave told me she had an appointment the following morning at his office. Well, I made an arrangement to be there, too. Finally, Dave came out. He said something about being glad that we finally met. And I said, not half as glad as I am, Dave. Now, if you will properly introduce me to this young lady, I would like to ask her to be my wife. At which point, Dave laughed, and we all laughed. But Hester and I both knew that I wasn't joking.
You do love her, don't you?
She's made me happy.
I can see that.
Ready?
Yeah?
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Eugene, I've seen bears that dance better.
Oh, wait till we get to San Francisco, Nick Barkley, and I start teaching you how to dance.
You're going back to San Francisco?
Oh, Hester's got about 9 million things to do before the wedding, and, well, anything that's to be done around here, Heath can... Oh, a trip to Indian Springs. I forgot about that. I'm sorry, Mother.
Well, it's just that with Jared tied up at the trial, the trip wouldn't be very much fun without you. Both of you, of course.
Hester, how would you like to spend 2 weeks in the most beautiful mountains that God ever created? With a mountain stream where the trout run
Nick?
that big. And the air so fresh and so clean you could bottle it and sell it.
A camping trip?
Camping and fishing and dancing. Let's not forget the dancing. We've got a logging camp up there, and those Friday night dances, Hester, you haven't lived until you've been to a Friday night dance. Of course, we don't do the same steps that you were demonstrating, but...
Well, actually, I'd love it. It's just that right now I have so much shopping to do for the wedding. I'd planned on going to San Francisco, and then... Well, Nick, I just don't see how I can... All right, we'll go.
Oh, no. Now you've got things to do.
Nick, I want to go. Please keep on with what you're doing. Don't let me disturb you.
You're up early.
Oh, I was so excited I couldn't sleep. Now that I decided to make this trip, I'm really looking forward to it.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed.
I'm sure I won't be. Nick said that I was going to be riding a horse named Jingo. He suggested that I come down and get acquainted with him before we start.
The sorrel in the inn stall.
He's beautiful, and I hope gentle.
Gentle as summer rain from some of our best bloodline.
Breeding, beauty, and strength, all the virtues a woman could ask for in a horse. And in a man, for that matter. What are the virtues you look for, Heath? In a horse, I mean.
Those you mentioned sound pretty good. Except if it were my own horse, I'd add spirit.
I would, too. So it seems we think alike. Were you surprised when you heard that Nick and I were going to be married?
I was.
And did it please you?
Well, I've always found Nick to be a pretty good judge of people.
Well, that's an indirect way of telling me how Nick feels, and I already know that. So you haven't answered my question, which is how you feel about me. Forgive me, Heath, I was just teasing you because, well, you seem so serious all the time. You don't have to answer me now. At least not until you have a chance to get to know me a little better.
Anyone here interested in breakfast?
Well, I'm for that.
Me too. I'm famished.
You coming, Jerry?
No, Heath, I've already had mine, but I'll be up to say goodbye. Hester, you got a minute?
What is it, Jared?
Well, you know, I just realized that we've met before.
Oh?
Yeah, I was up in San Francisco, I don't know, 6, 8 months ago on one of those big fancy occasions.
Oh, let's see. Could it have been the governor's ball, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
Or the reception for Madame Modjeska?
No, I think it was one of those charity affairs for a hospital.
Hmm.
Well, I'm not surprised you don't remember me. I was only one of your many admirers that danced with you that night.
Well, that's no excuse for my not remembering you, Jared. I apologize.
You're forgiven. You know, Hester, I kind of get the feeling that this camping trip isn't really your idea of fun.
Oh, is that a feeling or a conclusion?
Well, now, I don't know you well enough to draw conclusions, do I?
Well, draw a few anyway. If you're wrong, I'll object.
All right. You know, Hester, Stockton isn't exactly San Francisco. It doesn't have the same excitement or glamour. I'm afraid you won't get the same kind of attention you're used to. I was just wondering if you'd be able to live without all that here in this valley.
Well, I'm marrying Nick, not the valley. Well, the adjustments to living on a ranch will take a little time, but...
I'm not talking so much about the ranch. To be perfectly honest, I was just wondering if you'll be able to give up the game of, well, suitors, if you will.
And on what do you base your doubt?
I don't know. Maybe nothing.
Good, because you're wrong, Jared.
Well, then in that case, the prosecution rests.
Thank you.
Come on, I'll walk you back to the house.
Well, are you holding up all right?
Oh, I'm fine.
Well, we'll camp somewhere pretty soon.
Oh, please, sir, not on my account.
From now on, lady, everything I do is on your account. Ow!